Zach Shield with a couple of quick saves, and Tennessee with a lot of offensive pressure. Rob Russo now joining in on the broadcast. Here we go from Jacksonville.
Thank you very much, Charlie. We are back and ready to go inside the defensive zone for the Gators. This one goes over the net, and it's scooped up by Tennessee. Ani powers it into the corner. Wrapping around, pass into the slot. It's covered up by Shield, but it sneaks its way through for a Tennessee goal.
Shield has been impressive to start the game, but that one just snuck between the legs there. Great shot from Tennessee, staying with it, and really whoever's going to win this game is going to be the most aggressive team. They've been aggressive in the offensive zone. It proved resourceful there, getting on the scoreboard first.
So back to center ice. Tennessee knocks on the door first, and they break the ice here on this Friday night from the Igloo. Once again, if you're just joining us, thank you very much for sticking with us here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Had some technical difficulties, but we are good to go now. Rob Russo on play-by-play with you alongside Charlie Jones. As this one is dumped down the Gators' way, it's picked away by Jack Fortescue, the leader on defense. Worked up through the neutral zone. It's poked away by Tennessee as they regather and enter the zone. Here comes Carroll. Spinning towards the boards and into an official. Gators try and work the zone clear. Goes to the blue line, skates in between and into the far corner. Bumped off of it by James Mazie, the third line D-man for the Gators. Florida with a chance to break free. They do so here. Brody Sheets along the left wall. Now trying to cut inside, pass across the blue pant. Cannot find a recipient. And Tennessee there to recover. Quick and heavy on the forecheck goes Choi. But Tennessee will knock it all the way down the Gators' length of the ice. Mikey Calabrese, leader on defense for this squad, just a freshman. Tape to tape with Mikey Katz. Scooped up by Getz for Tennessee. They turn the puck over. Likashwa battle in the corner. Pass in front into the slot. It's broken up by Katz. Great defensive play by the winger. He's got numbers the other way on the stick of Likashwa. Now McCoy wraps around the cage, looking for a passing option. He settles to the right point. Shot on net goes off the pads of Patrick Green, and Tennessee is there to recover. Through the neutral zone, Liam Likashwa, a heavy stick on the puck, forces Tennessee back into their own territory. Bryce Cooper, top line D-man for the Vols. Shoots it deep. And Fortescue there to pick it up for Florida. Dangerous move by Calabrese, dancing through defenders and now working it up the neutral zone to Liam Likashwa, who holds at the point. Pass all the way across, a beauty, tic-tac-toe. But it just goes wide for the Gators.
Florida finally getting some offensive pressure here. They got to keep it up.
Mikey McCoy pushed into the boards by Getz for Tennessee as Aval goes flying. Fortescue dumps it in deep. Gators will reset, get a line change. Zach Selmansky onto the ice for Florida. Sully swerves, pokes the puck away. It takes an unlucky bounce, but they work it out to the neutral zone one more time. Here comes Keegan Lampinen, puck poked away into the corner. On with his line mates, Brian Pine, and Sully swerves. Selmansky wearing the A today for Florida. Pass ahead is chopped down by Tennessee. And the Gators have to work it out of their defensive zone. Dump across all the way down on net onto the cage of Patrick Green. Here comes Keegan Lampinen, puck turned over by Tennessee. He rips a shot up high and into the glove of Green.
It's been all Tennessee in the offensive side. Florida has to try and establish the offense, right? Need to get set up and need to put some pressure on Patrick Green. Tennessee's been doing it early. Florida needs to start it.
Face-off man, Dylan Updike. Loses it to Keegan Lampinen. Battle along the near boards, and here come the Vols. Isles forced off the puck man to man, and Brian Pine able to strip the man as he moves through the center. Tennessee picks it up. Once again, solid job by the Gators on the entry. Keegan Lampinen breaking through this one. Chopped down into the corner, he wraps around. Spinning shot, finds its way through. Keegan Lampinen on the wraparound. We are tied at 1 in period number 1.
What a goal there from Keegan Lampinen. Try, and try again, and it finally gets through. Patrick Green has had a nice start, but Lampinen beat him all day on that one. Really nice equalizer here in period 1.
So back to center ice we go here. 14-14 to go in the first period of action here from the Igloo on this Friday night. Once again, we thank you for joining us on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. From Community First Igloo. Gators on the attack. Have it along the near boards. 2 Vols, 2 Gators. Puck comes loose. Ronnie Kemley in a battle with the Vols in the corner. Puck squirts out. And it's Bryce Cooper, the big D-man for Tennessee. Dumps it out. But Mikey Calabrese there to recollect for the Gators. Heavy forecheck pressure from Florida. Pass ahead into the neutral zone for Updike. Could not corral it. Now a sea of Gators coming around to try and find it. Puck pops free. Ronnie Kemley there backhands it into the offensive zone, and here come the Gators. Wow, good opportunity there for Florida. But unable to capitalize as it comes all the way down the other way. Clock stops 13:06 with an icing.
Florida finally starting to show some pressure, and it is tough against this Tennessee team, right? There are a lot of big bodies on this team. A couple of 6'4" guys, 6'5" guys. So you gotta try and be as aggressive as they are, as physical as they are, to try and get into the offensive end. Doing well so far now.
Offensive zone face-off for the Gators. They drop it to the Vols. Now they have a quick rush the other way. Updike along the far boards. Battled well by the Gators. Puck bumps out into the slot. A giveaway by Florida right in front. Shield sticks the pad out. And it heads out into the netting for a stoppage at 12:44.
Dylan Updike for Tennessee has been coming out of the woodwork so far, really making a difference on offense. Scored his 3rd goal of the game to get the scoring started for Tennessee, keeping the offensive pressure up.
Off the draw. Finds its way onto the stick of a Vol right in front. Redirect goes a bit wide. That was Jake Primo with a nice opportunity as one shot goes off. That one too far wide to the right. Tennessee, some heavy pressure. Shot from Primo. Scatters above the head of Shield, but some sustained zone time for Tennessee. Shot from the point. Finds its way to Shield. He gets the pads in front of it, sends it into the far corner. Gators trying to push. Tennessee will not surrender the zone. Nice move around a defender. Pass in front. Gators there to clean up the slot. Pass through the neutral zone for Fortescue. Broken up by Tennessee. 8 minutes gone here in period number 1. Calabrese recollects for the Gators. Outlet pass and a heavy crash into the boards for Mikey McCoy. Connor Frazier lays the hit. Gators right in front, off the turn-away. It's Mikey Katz. Wrists it high, and it comes back to the point. Calabrese. Left corner, puts it deep. Gators trying to fight for it. Now quickly on defense, one-on-one. Mikey Calabrese takes the puck to his backhand, sliding into the boards. Looking for a tripping call, will not get it. Sketchy opportunity, but now here come the Gators. Mikey Katz looking for some room. Skating past a defender. Nice poke check. They're 2 against 2. Volunteers looking for a way out of their own zone. Cannot find it just yet. Some more heavy pressure from Florida's Brian Pine will keep them deep. As they look for the outlet pass, this one just a bit too far in front of Isles. Keegan Lampinen has a goal already. Nice move, pass off the backhand is poked away by Stober. Lined up in the corner, here comes Isles. Bumping pass, almost gets through, it does. Here's a shot on net, Shield. Doesn't have a chance and it goes too far wide. Great opportunity though for Tennessee on the breakaway. Gators turn it over, right in front of Shield. Diving save along the glove side. Cuts off the angle. Keegan Lampinen moving the other way. Tries to fit it in between a stick to Pine, can't do it, here come the Vols. Heavy hit there by Zelmansky on Isles, separates the man from the puck, but the Vols get it one more time. Bryce Cooper, a shot on net, goes off the paddle. Updike into the slot, saved by Shield on the one-timer.
Will Hurlbert was right in front of the net there, and Shield said no. He has been outstanding to start with a whole lot of pressure from Tennessee.
Both teams very heavy, forcing turnovers in the defensive zone. Kemley giving chase to the puck for the Gators. As this one passed through neutral to Updike. Mikey Calabrese into the near corner, passes it to his teammate. That's Cormac Terry, top line D-man tonight. Shot on net, squeaks through to Shield. He has the pad down, keeping him closed as he redirects his attention to the slot. Updike goes wide with it. 8:40 to go in period number one. We're over halfway through. 1-1 game here in the Igloo. Bobbled across the boards. Updike now to the corner. Pass in front to the slot. Doesn't get through. Vols recollect. Gators try and shoot it out. It goes off a body. One more time, they'll get it clear off the boards. Calabrese maybe gets a chance in our line break. Yes, they do. Primo skating it in himself, waiting for help, doesn't get it. Flurry of Gators there in defense. Somehow, some way, he comes out with the puck. Pass in front, goes off the body of Shield. He lays out, gets the glove down.
Zach Shield has been peppered with shot after shot after shot throughout this first period. And for a freshman, he has kept his poise really well. Has had some nice performances, and in only his second game back here at home, slamming the door once again.
Face-off won by the Vols. And this one poked away by the Gators. Jackson Choi ahead of the pack. Puck underneath him, he just finds it. Him and Brody Sheets along the far boards. Gators, another interception at the point. This one flipped over the head of Green. And a nice hit there from the boys in orange. Tennessee some mounting pressure. Try and wrap one around Shield, and once again, he makes the save in a high danger situation.
There's been a whole lot of physicality between these two teams, and you wouldn't expect anything less. I mean, these two teams don't like each other very much. Florida beat them in the group stage last year in the AAU National Championship. But Tennessee, one of the most aggressive teams in all of ACHA M2 with 190 penalty minutes and a whole lot of big bodies to lay some massive hits. Getting out physical by the Gators here in period one.
Gators off the draw. Here comes Mikey McCoy along the left side. Tries to find Liam Lickeshwa up the middle. Cannot quite get there. Calabrese dumps it in deep. Gators giving chase. Cooper has it on his stick. Now to the far corner. Battle through center ice. Goes the way of the Vols. Calabrese in to defend. First guy in there for Florida. Bunch of bodies stuck in there. Matt Pavic fights it free. Gators fighting for the puck. Unsure if there was an offsides call there. There was not. No whistle. 6:26 to go in period number 1. Tennessee once again gives it up for the Gators. Mikey McCoy gets it out to center ice. Here comes Liam Lickeshwa. Mikey Katz to his left side. Tries to take the chance himself. Battles through defenders, but gets brought down in the process. Looks like that might be a penalty against Tennessee.
And when Liam Lickeshwa comes barreling down on net, what else can you really do? He's one of the top goal scorers for Florida. Brings a whole lot of talent to this Gators team and sends a Tennessee Volunteer to the box. First power play of the day for Florida.
So Matt Pavic, the left winger, gets caught up for tripping. He'll head to the box. We'll see power play 1 for Florida the first time this game. Cormac Terry manning the right point. Calabrese on the left. With Pine out there on the left wing. Pine behind the cage. Gets it right back. Fires a shot. That one goes off green. Gators recollect. He's banging his stick. He wants it. Had a lane. Pass in front. Just skates through. And the Gators will have to chase it down. 30 seconds off the clock. But a very successful first drive on that power play.
Really nice opportunities there for Florida early. Got to keep it up. But Brian Pine with some nice shots there.
So changing it up here for the Gators as they turn it over once again. Here's a shorthanded opportunity on the rush for Tennessee. Spranklin, leading point scorer for the Vols. Gets it out and now just killing some clock off. About halfway done here on the penalty kill for Tennessee. Mikey Calabrese recollects. He'll send Cormac Terry on his way. Crossing in is Sully Swerz, scanning for options. He drops it off for Lampinen, gets it to the point. Tennessee, a body in the way. They're able to get it out. 3/4 of the way through period number 1 here in the Igloo. A 1-1 game. Top line still out there for the Gators. Impartial. Mikey McCoy drilled into the boards. Here comes Kenley. Ronnie Kemley, new member of this D1 roster. Gets it back. Now to McCoy behind the cage. That's where he sets up. Kemley with some room. Drops it off to the point. That was Lampinen. Check that. McCoy scanning for an option. Cannot get it. Goes past the stick of Mikey Katz and all the way down. That will do it for the Gators power play. Out of the box quickly comes Pavic, and right into the rush he goes. Ronnie Kemley on his edges, drops it off for Mikey Katz, skating through the slot. Tennessee able to knock it away. Puck finds Fortescue, looking for a redirect from Kemley, doesn't get it. Here's Mikey Katz firing a shot. One more time. No, just misses it. 3-on-2 for Tennessee. Pass in front. Oh. Bit too far out there. Big hit along the boards. Frazier checking Mikey McCoy. Trying to lay one on with one hand onto net. Cannot do so. Sully Swears tries to break it, backhand it in to the offensive zone. Tennessee is ready for it. Here they come through center. Primo drops one off in the slot, gets it right back. And he powers it through on the one-timer.
Right off the redirect, Jake Primo was salivating over that. Came right to his stick, fired one with immense speed to sneak it past Shield to give the Vols a 2-1 lead, showing their physicality and showing why the goals come with it.
Pretty much directly onto his stick. Couldn't ask for a better pass if he wanted it. And it comes off the pads of Zach Shield. Unlucky bounce for the Gators, lucky for the Volunteers. They take a 2-1 lead. They open the scoring. Gators tied it. Now they lead 2-1. Keegan Lampinen fires one quickly. And a nice wrister gloved out of the air by Patrick Green on the rush for Florida.
Just as quick as Tennessee has had their chances, Florida has not backed down either, getting back into the offensive end, trying to make something happen. Doing a decent job, but need to stay aggressive and stick with it in the offensive end.
Fortescue keeps it in for the Gators. Here comes Lampinen one more time. It goes into the glove of Patrick Green, and the clock stops at 2:25.
Some unlikely heroes for Tennessee in the first period. It was the third goal of the year for Dylan Updike, fourth goal of the year for Primo. Those bottom two lines really making a difference here.
Yeah, Jake Primo, the fourth line center, listed today. Gators win it back to the point. Quick shot goes wide. Calabrese tries to kick it in, but cannot do so. Here's a one-on-one down the other way. Big hit along the boards. Cormac Terry hit hard. Isles, pass in front. Big save by Shield. Gators get some sticks in there too to help him out. Lampinen bounces it off the boards.
And Florida just has to clear, can't even get an offensive opportunity. A whole lot of tired bodies getting punished on the ice right now for Florida.
Had to get a change, they do so successfully. Sprankling to Isles along the right wing, back up right into the chest of Shield. He lost it, but has it, and the clock stops at 1:43.
Zach Shield was pretty lucky there. That one kind of just popped up into his chest. He was like, where's the puck? Where's the puck, Rob? But he ended up finding it. Making some nice saves today, but still getting beaten by those bottom two line forwards for Tennessee.
In the circle, then Tennessee wins it. Back to Getz at the right point. Cross to Cooper. Redirects left to the cage. And the Gators are able to scoop it up and move the other way. Fortescue, pass in front, gets through, but a bit too far ahead of Pine. Gators collect themselves at center. Fortescue finds Ronnie Kemley, who takes a big hit up high from Cooper. Nico on the ice for the Gators. Finds Zach Zelmansky, who goes wide of the net. Nico one more time off the paddle of Green. Whistle sounds, clock stopping at a minute. The net might have came dislodged there for a moment. Which is a classic part of Florida Gators hockey here at the Igloo. We get back to the face-off circle. Liam Likashwa wins it for Florida. In fact, bounces the other way, though. As Calabrese loses the puck, gets it to Mikey Katz, though. Beautiful move there to try and break through his man, but a nice stop by Tommy Carroll. Updike along the boards. Gators with 30 seconds to go, trying to make one last push to knock this one up before we head to the middle frame. Scrum for it, comes out to Mikey McCoy, rips it high. 16 seconds to go. Tennessee able to force it out. Gators a chance maybe for one more shot on goal. Calabrese gets past his man. Has an opportunity, he's tripped up. They're gonna call that for the tripping. Looks like the Gators might start the second period with a power play. But the clock could not stop in time, and that would have been just about a second on the clock regardless, but could be a big time opportunity for Florida. When we come back here, we'll get an interview with one of our players, and then we'll get back to action. The Vols leading the Gators 2-1 here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network 15 minutes ago. We'll be back here on the ice.
here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Tennessee leads Florida 2-1 with the second period about to start. We kick it over to our ringside reporter, Caroline Walsh. Caroline, you spoke with Keegan Lampinen. Tell us a little bit about what he said about the first period.
Yeah, Keegan put the Gators on the board, scoring a wraparound goal, and he just talked about the importance of remaining patient while in the offensive zone. And to address the defensive turnovers, he really just talked about how they need to stop being so soft with the puck and just making sure that they're keeping the turnovers down.
Thanks so much.
Guys.
Thanks so much, Caroline. Back to action here from Community First Igloo. Rob Russo and Charlie Jones bringing you tonight's broadcast as we have a quick stoppage. Tennessee starts on the penalty kill, now with another heading to the box. So Florida 5-on-3 to start the second period. It was Dylan Updike to end the first period with the penalty. Who's heading to the box for Tennessee now, Rob?
Yeah, this is going to be Kyle Stober, a member of their top line, the left winger. So that's another big loss for this team. And Updike has been all over the place for the Vols. Both of them out of action. This spells danger.
So Florida with a face-off in the offensive zone. Tennessee very short-handed. However, they do win the face-off, attempting to kill off a 5v3 opportunity for the Gators. Fortescue to the right, now off to the point. Gives it behind the net to Lekeshwa. Looking for a pass down the middle, can't get it for Lampinen. Fortescue now back off to the right. To Lekeshwa, one-timer. Turned away by...
Well, you see the Tennessee ACDC team who's got the matchup next, all banging around along the boards here, cheering on their guys on the penalty kill right now. Gators got to get it going and knot this one up.
Looking to do so now with Lekeshwa down the side. Gives off to McCoy at the front. Couple of quick moves, nothing doing there for Mikey Katz. Back to the side for Katz now. Shade off the net to the left. Time ticks away off the power play. Florida needing some urgency here. To Lekeshwa in the corner. Pass, shot, blocked by Green. Tennessee going down the other way now. 2-on-1 in a 5v3 opportunity. Streaking down the side, Shield with a nice save as the puck goes straight to the chest of the freshman netminder.
Whew. Wipe your brow there, Charlie. That's a real scary opportunity if you're Florida, and that's one that you really cannot let happen on a 5-on-3.
Very, very short-handed as Tennessee comes streaking down the ice. It almost felt like it was 3v3 out there, Rob. So Spranklin loses the power play, and Florida gets control of it again with time dwindling on the two-man power play. Updike about to come out of the box as it's dumped off to Swears. Given in the corner now at the point for Florida. Calabrese with it. Now Terry looking for a shot. Updike to come out of the box. Swears. Terry, one-timer, scores! Florida makes the most of a 5v3 opportunity off the stick of Cormac Terry, the equalizer here in period 2.
And he is fired up, Charlie, as he heads to the bench, and rightfully so. We are knotted up in the Igloo. That was just a beauty of an opportunity. He saw a perfect lane along the left side of the net, and he put it home off the body of Green. Caught him a little bit too, but it still had enough power under it to sneak by.
So the first goal of the year for Cormac Terry comes at an opportune time for Florida, opening up the second period, now tied 2 apiece with the Tennessee Volunteers.
And he's getting big-time minutes here, Charlie, taking over in that top right D-man spot for Noah Horowitz today.
Indeed he is. So Florida wins the face-off as we get back to action. 8 seconds tick off the power play for Florida, still 5v4. Terry with it again. Stober to come out of the box, and we are back to equal play. 5v5 action from Jacksonville, tied up. Gators get tangled up in front, and Tennessee streaking with it now. Numbers down the way as Spranklin finds a man, quick shot, saved by Zach Shield. Had the numbers, Spranklin found his man, but Shield turned him away quickly. 17:31 left in the second period, only 2.5 minutes in, and Florida has found the tying goal. Cormac Terry filling in for Noah Horowitz, as Rob mentioned, gets his first goal of the year and gets things going for Florida to start the second period. Tennessee wins the faceoff in the offensive zone, scooped around the boards in the back, and now up into the net. So we'll get another faceoff here in the Gators side of the ice.
Well, Gators still mounting strong pressure despite being back at even strength. Want to roll this one more, maybe get another goal here early on in the period.
This has been the matchup all day. Tennessee's first line against Florida's second line. With Spranklin out there, Tennessee can do anything. One of the best scorers for the Volunteers as the puck is scooped down the ice. Referee signals it won't be icing, so it's a race to the puck. Tennessee gets there first, trying to set something up. Spranklin along the boards, poked away by Edwards. Opportunity here, blocked away. Jack Ani there with a blocked shot, saving some work for Patrick Green. Dumped up to Stober, heading into the offensive zone. Spranklin with a breakaway, 2-on-1, shot off the mask of Shield. Spranklin now smushed in the corner. Florida comes away with the puck. Fortescue, Lampinen down the way. Quick pass down the middle. Pinballing action. Florida comes away with it. Sent across the boards around the net. Tennessee gets to it first. Pavic gives to Spranklin, but Florida there to recollect. Both teams needing to get some fresh bodies on the ice, so Fortescue just dumps it down the way.
They're calling icing here, Charlie, but that one pretty clearly to me knocked off a Gator stick.
Yeah, it seemed like it bounced around and wouldn't have been called an icing. Fortescue was pretty upset about that one, got right in the face of the stripes on the ice. Don't think he was too happy about that call, so it'll be back down the way for Florida, and Zach Shield has had his work cut out for him all day. Has some more here with another Tennessee faceoff in the offensive zone. It'll be Frazier for Tennessee taking the faceoff. Battle back and forth, and Tennessee wins it. Cooper gives off to the right side, blocked by Zelmansky, sent down the way. Sheets racing after Cooper. Behind the net, Florida with a bunch of pressure to start period 2. 4 minutes deep, and Florida has tied this up. Shield looking for an icing. Tennessee with pressure again, but Florida gets the puck once more. Turnover after turnover, these two teams battling back and forth. Battle across the boards. Florida comes away with it. Cleared, but Tennessee gets it quickly. Both teams looking for a shift here, but Tennessee with an offensive opportunity. A shot that takes off the mask of Shield. He'll get the save, but looked like it went up high at the chin there. Ended up in his glove, but knocked the dome off of Zach Shield there.
Yeah, maybe he's got to tighten the straps on the back there. Not the best if that one's going to knock it off, but nonetheless still stays composed and makes the stop.
So both teams with a full line change. A lot of competitive action here in Jacksonville. Dylan Updike, who got the Tennessee on the board, first goal of the day. Out there once again, behind the net now. Surveying his options. Couple of massive hits laid by Liam Lekashwa. Tennessee dumps it off behind the net. Florida gets to it. Fortescue dumps along the boards. Now it's Hurlburt with it. Sends it for an offsides, it looks like. .14:57 here in period 2. Thanks so much for sticking around with us. Rob Russo and Charlie Jones on the call for Orange and Blue Sports Network. So we get a face-off at center ice. Tommy Carroll wins it for Tennessee, but Florida right on the attack. Gets it. Quick shot at Patrick Green. So much chaos there that it got me a little tongue-tied. Tommy Carroll did win the face-off, but right there with the pressure was Mikey McCoy. A whole lot of aggressive play between these two teams. Tennessee, one of the largest rosters. Whole lot of guys standing at 6'4", 6'5". Even Bryce Cooper at 6'6". aggressiveness showing here.
And you could absolutely see it, Charlie. Along the boards, the Vols are absolutely the more aggressive team. They know they have the size, and they're taking advantage.
Back and forth action. Tennessee comes away with it. Sends it down ice to put some pressure on Florida. Out to the point. Quick shot off the post. Tennessee sized that one up well. But a lucky break for Florida. Now it's Lekashwa. Finds his man. For Calabrese just went off the stick. Back with some more pressure for Florida. Pass across the way. Katz, quick shot. Blocked. Katz with it. Another pass. McCoy couldn't get a shot off. Tennessee showing their physicality, disrupting Florida's offense in a major way. McCoy, Calabrese, McCoy again, quick shot, goal! Mikey McCoy finds the back of the net to give the Gators their first lead of the day.
Mikey McCoy, his 5th goal of the season, an absolutely wicked wrister. Beats Green up high. That one starts with a lot of pressure from the Gators mounting over the course of the play. Passes were just simply working. They were very effective. They were finding their intended targets that entire session of zone time there. Mikey Katz had a great chance that was blocked by Chris Kelly directly in front, but after that, there was blood in the water, and the Gators finally capitalized. They take the lead here in the second frame.
It was back and forth passes from Calabrese and McCoy as Shield saves a quick shot there from Kyle Stober. And it's that first line of Florida coming out in this second period and really making things happen. Cormac Terry had the first goal of the period to tie things up. Mikey McCoy gets the lead for Florida. 13:29 left in period 2. Florida with a 3-2 lead. Gators win the faceoff in their own end. Jump it up the ice. Spranklin finds a man along the side who beats out Lampinen. Looking for a pass target as the shot goes way high into the net off the stick of a Gator. So another face-off coming here. Gators have done a really nice job of mitigating that first line for Tennessee today. Mitchell Spranklin and Tyler Isles, 2 of the top scorers for the guys in the orange and white. Turning them away time after time is Zach Shield.
Yeah, Zach Shield really done a good job so far this game, giving up a couple dirty ones down low, but overall, very, very competitive game from him. He's keeping the Gators in it.
Spranklin wins the faceoff and gives the Gates, and now it's a battle along the boards. Stober smushed in the corner. Given out to Cooper, quick shot. Still trickling out in front of the net, but the Gators get control. Shield wasn't able to get a glove on it, and now Florida has numbers down the way. Dumps it up, Fortescue couldn't find a pass target. Just had to keep it in the offensive end zone. Mansky gets there first, but Tennessee quick to offense again. Isles down the left side. Quick shot off the shoulder of Shield. Fortescue pokes it away. Now Isles with it again, battling for it. Gets control. Right in front of the net. Gives back to the point for Gates. Now it's Spranklin, shot on net, poked away by the pad of Shield. Tennessee with a whole lot of pressure here on Zach Shield early. Sully Swears down the right side, streaking. Gives to Lampinen, who loses control. Now the Gators get control of it again. Quick pass to Lampinen, just misses his stick. Was looking for the one-timer, but couldn't quite get it. Tennessee back on the attack quickly. Pavic dumps, shot off the post again.
Yeah, that one dinks a little bit of metal, then continues hard into the boards. A blast of a shot.
Tennessee getting the puck. Once again, they've done a nice job of stripping Florida of opportunities today, but the Gators coming out on top with a 3-2 lead. Nearing the 10-minute mark here in period 2. Tennessee gets it back. Numbers, Pavic with a spinning shot. Trying to find Spranklin. Shield trying to eye up a ball behind the net. Scooped around. Another massive hit there. Finn DiStefano lit up a Florida Gator along the boards. It was Nick Ho who was the victim of that vicious attack from Finn DiStefano. A whole lot of physicality being shown by Tennessee today. And it looks like too much physicality as DiStefano will head to the box. So another penalty for Tennessee today, their 4th of the day, their 3rd of the second period.
Yeah, that's an ugly hit up high and one that you definitely cannot do with that much space between your man and then the boards. He goes crashing in, neck kind of twists back. Hope Nick Ho is all good, but yeah, you can't do that.
It's the team that leads the Southeastern Conference in penalty minutes. Back on the penalty kill again. Gators with their 4th power play of the day. Fortescue gives in the corner, quick shot turned away by Green. It was Mikey Katz with the wrister. Now Tennessee streaking down the side. They've had a couple of shorthanded offensive opportunities today, but no one else with him. Gators back on the attack. McCoy, and it's cleared again. Nice job of poking that away, and Kyle Stober sends it down for the Gators to make chase. Fortescue along the boards. Katz gives it to Kenley. Fortescue finds it again in the neutral zone. Off to the side. Mikey McCoy with control of it now. Sizing up the situation. Quick shot. Poked away by Green with the pad. Battling back and forth. And Tennessee gets the clear. Down the way is Graham. Quick shot. Out in front of the net. Not covered up by Shield.
Yeah.
So Tennessee back on the attack again.
Primo just could not really get all of that. It was a nice pass in front. He had the clear lane. If he could get that stick down and rip one. Shield was there in front of it, but there is some room to get maybe 5-hole there. Unfortunately for him, unable to really get that stick down and give it the full power he wanted.
Tennessee on the penalty kill despite giving up 2 goals on the power, or 1 goal on the power play, excuse me, have made the most of their chances shorthanded getting down the ice.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Charlie.
9:30 left in the period, 35 seconds left on the power play. For Florida, 3-2 the Gators lead, looking to extend it. With the second power play unit out there, trying to get another offensive chance. Streaking down the way into a host of volunteers was Calabrese. Scoop down, off to the left, quick shot, goal! A beautiful pass finds the stick of Brian Pine to give the Gators a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's an absolute beauty of a pass. Tape to tape through a crowded slot. And there's nothing but wide open net in front of Brian Pine. That's his 16th point of the season. He has been cooking in his first season in the orange and blue.
Yeah, the freshman now leads the Gators in points, nets his 7th goal of the year, and gives Florida a 4-2 lead here in an offensive explosion for the orange and blue. It was 2-1 after one, 4-2 now here with half the second period to play. Tennessee back on the attack. Fortescue gets control of it, but Tennessee pokes it away. Volunteers and Gators tangled up. Pavic, quick shot. Shield gets it. And now a little bit of a scrum in front of the net. It was DiStefano and Ho battling back and forth behind the net, got a little bit tangled up, and then DiStefano shoved him to the ground after the shot, much to Nick Ho's dismay.
Yeah, these two teams really going after each other, and despite the score right now, the Gators putting up 3. The Tennessee themselves have done a really good job of mounting pressure of their own. Zach Shield, though, has been better.
Has been really impressive today, turning away the Volunteers at almost any chance he gets. Shield gets a stick in there as shot goes wide. Sent down the way by Kemley, couldn't clear it though. Tennessee still with a whole lot of pressure. Shield having to remain aware. Quick shot there, minded by Shield once again, and another scrum pops up in front of the net. These two rivals going at it here from Community First Igloo in period 2.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Charlie. This has been a really fun period of hockey, especially if you're a Gator fan, you net 3. But again, Tennessee has done a really good job of getting zone time of their own. Good passing tape to tape from them as well, but the Gators have just been able to capitalize a few more times. But I wouldn't be surprised if some start to fall for Tennessee.
The 2-goal lead might not tell the entire story here in period 2. Tennessee staying strong, but the Gators on the beneficial end of it. Tennessee pokes it away again. And Florida tries to clear, but Spranklin right there. Stober looking for a pass in front of the net. Quick shot right into the chest of Shield. Chris Kelly at the point was looking to get the gap to 1, but Shield took it right in the chest for another stoppage in play here at the 7:58 mark. 4-2 Gators lead it, but another face-off in the offensive end for Tennessee. Won by the Volunteers. Dumped behind the net. Shield gets a stick on it. Chaos behind now. Puck flies high into the air, and Florida comes away with it, looking for the clear, but can't get so. Jack Ani pokes it away. Calabrese battling along the boards with Spranklin. Gators now get control of it. Katz on the breakaway. One man to beat. Shot! Scooped up by Patrick Green. Katz was barreling in on net. Green was able to get the pads closed just in time and turns away Mikey Katz with a nice opportunity to make it 5-2.
Yeah, well, Mikey Katz with a defender right on his tail. Burst of speed, real good opportunity there. But a great job by Patrick Green to close the pads because he ran out of room. There was nowhere else to go but 5-hole.
Lampinen in on the face-off for the Gators as Updike gets control of it for Tennessee. Cooper with a nice move, gets it down ice. But Florida with control of it again. Sully Swears dumps off. Swears again off his skate. Tennessee trying to get control of it, desperately trying to get the Gators out of the zone, and they do. Dylan Updike, quick pass. Off across the boards, and a high hit there for Will Hurlbert. Lampton trying to poke it away. Shot on by Updike, sticked away by Shield. Now at the point, Stober with another shot. Goes way wide. Lampton battling for it again. Pine trying to get the clear, and Tennessee right there once again. The big defenseman, Cooper, watches Swears get control of the puck before they turn it over. Now the Volunteers turn it over. Back and forth action here in Jacksonville. Swears and Pine battling for the puck along the boards. Gators trying desperately to get the puck out of their zone. A whole lot of offensive chances for Tennessee. Quick shot, goal! Finn DiStefano from the point. It was a beautiful pass and a beautiful goal to make it 4-3.
Man, that's one pretty wrist shot, Charlie. Really, really good there. Loads him up perfectly at the point of release, lets it fly, and knocks it in top left corner. Difficult one for Zach Shield to read. A bunch of bodies in front, but none of them able to stop that one.
The traffic masqueraded the shot. And Tennessee nets another to make it 4-3. Just under 6 minutes left here in period 2. Gators clinging on to a 1-goal lead. Back in the offensive zone. Giving off to Cormac Terry, already with a goal on the day. Battling back and forth. And it looks to be another penalty on the Volunteers. Actually, it's on the Gators. It's a high stick on Cormac Terry. Battling back and forth. Terry ended up being the culprit.
Yeah, and a bit of a scrum there and launches the stick up high. knocks into a volley. They sell the penalty well enough, just as Lickeshwa did in period number 1. They'll get an opportunity here to knot it up.
So just as quickly as Tennessee narrows the gap to 1, they get a power play opportunity, their first of the day, to try and get the tie. Tennessee 5-on-4 here with 5 minutes left in the period. Gators trying to clear. Fortescue sends it down the way to try and kill off as much time as possible.
Yeah, great patience there by Fortescue. Could have just dumped it down.
So Tennessee with control of it again, already 30 seconds off the clock on the power play. But Kyle Stober racing in towards the Gators' end. Trying to set up the offense. Gives it to Cooper at the point. Dumped back to Stober. Quick shot blocked by Fortescue. Race to the puck again. Cooper there first for Tennessee. Fortescue poking around, trying to get it away. But Tennessee just as quickly back on the attack. Isles finds Spranklin. Now to Stober. Spranklin behind the net. To the point for Cooper. Looking for a quick shot. Passes to Stober. Spranklin, Isles, Shield. There to corral it. Zach Shield has faced a ton of shots today, showing his poise once again and showing why he has made such a difference for Florida in this first year, right? Florida with a winning record, 6-5-1 on the season, and he has been a big part of that in his freshman season.
Yeah, absolutely. He has been fantastic for the Gators as they continue to push through this season, a very difficult season, especially, you know, these teams in the Southeastern Conference and in CHS and wherever the Gators are playing are all very strong.
They are very strong indeed. Swears barreling on net. Green says no.
Great job there by Green to stick with them. Sully Swears unbelievably fast.
Sized him up well as a big hit laid by Maisie there on a volunteer. Time ticking down on the power play, just under 30 seconds. Tennessee with their second power play unit out there. Colbert loses it. Swerves there again, trying to beat a Tennessee defense, and he'll just try and get a shot on. Quick pass there to Pine, misses the mark. And Tennessee back on the attack. Just 4 seconds left, so the power play will come off. Back to equal action. Pine tries to get control, and another penalty, this time on Tommy Carroll of Tennessee with a trip.
Yeah, I mean, these balls, it looks like they're just getting tied up a bunch, and the Gators are getting to the ice, and the stick is the issue, right? You got to be more aware of your body, your equipment, everything, and the Gators are going to take that every single time.
So the Volunteers give up their 4th penalty of the second period and eclipse the 200 penalty minute mark on the season.
Wow.
This time, Tommy Carroll doing the damage. So Florida with another power play here, their 3rd of the second period. They've gotten 2 goals off the power play in the second period. Can they make it a 3rd? Cleared down the way, Tennessee to it first. Updike trying to get another shorthanded offensive opportunity. They've had many of them today, but Florida right back on the charge. Tried to find Katz in the corner. Battle for it along the boards. Kemley to McCoy. Fortescue at the point. Given to Katz again. McCoy off the left. Fortescue at the point. Gators trying to find something, but they lose it. Updike racing for it and gets to clear. Just over a minute left in the power play, just under 3 minutes left in the period. Pine tries to get to it first, but poked away by Green. Came way out of the net to try and get that out of the zone. Kemley to Katz in the corner. Fortescue there as Tennessee tried to force the turnover. Katz on the right side tries to find a redirect off the stick of Kemley, can't do so. The Cats right there again as it's sent down the boards, loses control, and Spranklin hot in pursuit. Gators get a power play change. Lampinen out there for Florida. Passing back and forth as time ticks off the power play. Just 28 seconds left. Cormac Terry, who had a power play goal earlier, right there, but gives it away. Spranklin one-on-one, one man to beat, and Shield gets the save. Spranklin tried to go glove side, and Shield read it the whole way.
Elite concentration and focus there from the netminder for the Gators. Really, really good chance for Tennessee, but he shuts him down one more time.
Another shorthanded opportunity for Tennessee. They've had 5 shots on shorthanded opportunities. Shield has turned all 5 away. Just 10 seconds left in the power play. Can Florida get one more chance? It looks like they'll just let the time tick off. As Tennessee gets control, Lampinen strips the Volunteers. Pass to Pine, shot! Green with the pad. Swerves. Sends it high into the air and back to 5-on-5 play. 1:30 left in the second period as that one goes off the corner of the bench. So set for a face-off in Tennessee's zone.
Yeah, really good opportunity there from the Gators. Once again, Pine stick just a bit too far off the icy fans on the shot. Love the attempt, though, from Sully Swears when the puck finds his stick to just spin it around and try and get it on the backhand.
Florida has done a really nice job on the power play today. 2 for 5. Couldn't get that 5th goal of the day there, but some nice opportunities. Here in the offensive zone again, Terry loses it, and it goes down the way. A bunch of Volunteers hot in pursuit lay a big hit on Terry. Gators get control of it again, though. It's Nick Ho racing up the way. Loses it once more. Back and forth play from these two Southern foes. Sent across the boards for an icing. Much to Tennessee's dismay, coaches and players screaming out saying, why was that an icing? Must have touched the stick of someone.
And there's been a few of those tonight, Charlie, and the crowd hasn't been too happy about it for either side.
Not at all. So back in Florida's zone with under a minute to play, or back in Tennessee's zone, excuse me, with under a minute to play. Edwards in on the faceoff for Florida. But DeStefano wins it for Tennessee. Schneider sends it along the boards for DeStefano, who's already struck once. Havoc racing to it. Shield just stopped in front of the net. A little bit scary there for Florida. Massive hit laid by Jack Fortescue. And Tennessee races after him to try and rattle him a little bit. That was a massive hit on Matt Pavic.
Yeah, not going to take too kindly to it. These teams have been getting more and more physical as the game has gone on. Officials trying to keep everybody at bay here. Don't let this one get too far out of hand, but you still got a close game on your hands, Charlie. Do not want to keep sending dudes to the box here. Fortescue going to get 2 minutes, so that's going to extend into the beginning of the third period. Tennessee, another opportunity with the man advantage to tie this game up at 4.
A whole lot of chippiness between these two teams. 5 penalties for Tennessee, 2 for Florida. So Tennessee will get about 36 seconds here in period 2 on the power play. And then the rest of it will come when we head back to action for period 3. Florida narrowly holding on to a 4-3 lead as period 2 dwindles down. Tennessee looking for a chance, though, before the end of the period. Quick shot there by Cooper. Out in front of the net. He'll get control of it again at the point. Given to Spranklin. Isles. Now Cooper again at the point. Trying to get a quick lane. Shot goes wide, and Florida gets to it first and gets the clear. Time ticks under the 10-second mark here in period 2. Tennessee looking for one last chance on net before these two teams head to the locker room, and it doesn't look like they'll get one. Buzzer sounds, and the Gators head back with their heads held high, leading 4-3 to end period 2.
I'm here with Gators defenseman Cormac Terry. Now the Gators are heading into the third. I'm here with Gators defenseman Cormac Terry. Now the Gators are heading into the third period up 4-3. You came out early in the second and tied up the game. How important was coming out and making that statement to shifting the momentum of this game?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about in the locker room, coming out hard, having that power play to start, and I think getting that goal really gave us the momentum to push through the rest of the period.
Now we're midway through the season and you just got your first goal of the year. How did it feel to finally get one on the board?
Yeah, it feels good to get rid of that 0. I've been waiting for it for a long time, so it definitely feels good.
Now, what can you guys continue, you guys limited Tennessee to just one goal this period. What can you guys continue defensively heading into the final frame, especially on a penalty kill?
Yeah, our big focus is the D zone now because the first period we were kind of all over the place, but coming out on the kill is crucial to keep them.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. And we are ready to go here. You just heard from Cormac Terry, the Gators defenseman. As the Gators clear this puck all the way down. This one is a power play for Tennessee. They got 40 seconds left on it. Brought it over from the end of the second period. Fortescue in the box for the Gators. Wrapped all the way down to the Tennessee end. knocking off some time on this power play.
Florida haven't had many chances to kill off a power play today. Did well on the first one, doing very well on this one as well.
This one bumped around the yellow paint. Cross ice pass. Goes off the stick of Holbert. He retains it and gets it down to Schneider. Now a bump along the boards as this penalty comes to a close. 3 seconds to go. Gators have to hold off the final push. Holbert back down low. Fortescue onto the ice and right into the action. He breaks up the pass from Holbert and immediately showing his defensive impact, the #1 D-man for the Gators, doing his thing.
Right out of the box, Jack Fortescue really making a difference.
And here's Brian Pine right in front. Big time block in front by the Volunteers. Opportunity there came in a flash. Pine through the neutral zone to Keegan Lampinen, who skates around his defender, recollects the puck and wraps around. Scored on a wraparound to open the scoring for Florida. That was back in the first period. Pavic chased back down by Pine. Drops off the puck for his line mate. And another whistle sounds.
A whole lot of aggressiveness between these two teams. Borderline illegal we've seen so far. And, you know, penalties are going to come when these two teams are hitting each other as hard as they are, sometimes as high as they are. A whole lot of chippiness.
So we'll get a face-off just outside the offensive zone for the Gators, and a ripping shot will send us to another face-off, this time a little bit closer to Patrick Green.
Florida was struggling in the first period a lot with the face-off, getting beat time after time after time. Really leveled that out in period 2 and off to a strong start here in period 3. And those are the little things that are going to get you a win against a top-tier team.
Haven't seen too much from third line. They're out here tonight. No. Calabrese drops it in deep for Nicholas Ho, who stays on his edges around the cage, tries to get it to Evan Edwards. He does so successfully. Ronnie Kemley back to the left point for Calabrese, dishes it across to his line mate, and he'll drift it down towards the far boards. Tennessee able to pick it up, and they start their push the other way. They're 3-on-2. They're one man up. Isles for the trailing man. Firing shot almost directed in front by Stober. Good chance for Tennessee. Here come the Gators. Calabrese, an option for Kemley as he holds up. Edwards off his skate to Calabrese. Kemley in the corner. To the point. Shot blocked. And Tennessee able to knock it out to center ice. Battle along the boards. Nice hit there from Nicholas Ho. Separates the man. And Calabrese regains. He'll skate it back behind his netminder, Zach Shield. Led up 3 tonight, but plenty as there's a quick turnover right in front. It's flipped over the cage. Big time chance there for Matt Pavic. Cannot capitalize. Keeps the puck on his stick. Almost gets it on net, but Edwards, a blade in the way. 4 minutes down here in the final frame. Gators lead by 1. In the first of 2 games this weekend against the Volunteers. Shot on net, a scramble in front. And Zach Shield able to close the body, cover up, and get a stoppage with 16 to go.
I don't know if Zach Shield has ever been so relieved to cover up a puck in his entire life. He had to face shot after shot after shot, and luckily most of them went high, especially that one from Matt Pavic. Stripped the Gators really quickly, went right back on the attack, ripped a shot just a bit off the mark. Tennessee with a whole lot of offensive chances, but Zach Shield staying strong.
Tennessee off the draw, they shoot it high on Shield. Gets it in deep. Now back left point, drifting shot, not too much on it. And the Gators able to collect on the fan. Working along the far boards. A good attempt there from Brody Sheets. Turned away by Patrick Green, who's locked it down. Good opportunity here. And once again, the net comes dislodged by a charging Volunteer. But a nice pass. Shield shuts him down.
Yeah, very nice pass. And Zach Shield has really had to stay aware today. You got to give credit to Tennessee and how quick they've been to get the Gators out of their own end and get back on the attack. Done a really nice job of pressuring that blue line defense and pressuring Zach Shield for Florida, making the most of their time on the ice.
Top line on for the Gators. Tommy Carroll against Liam Lickeshaw. Carroll comes out with the win against the Gators' top man. Star sophomore from Chi-Town. Mikey Katz along the far boards. Lickeshaw in there to help out, along with Mikey McCoy. It gets out to McCoy. But now the Vols are there to collect. Retreating in the defensive zone. They'll touch it up the ice. Fortescue collects for Florida. Cannot clear it. He'll get it rapid. To the right D-man, and here come the Gators. Katz, Lickeshaw, McCoy. Pass just poked away from McCoy. And here comes Katz. Nifty move. Loose puck. Corralled by Lickeshaw to the point for Fortescue. Down low, Lickeshaw. Beats his man. McCoy set up right in front. Lickeshaw on top of it one more time. Using those edges to his advantage. Battled up, squeezed along the boards. Puck squirts free and all the way down. 6 minutes off the clock, final frame. Gators lead by 1 in the Igloo. Zach Zelmansky lays the boom as he enters the zone, but the Volunteer is able to pick the puck up and head the other way. Nice pass through the slot. Good defense by Calabrese. The shot goes wide. And Zelmansky gets a receipt for it in the corner as the puck escapes to center ice, but he's not afraid to lay a hit or take one either. Backhand pass right in front, and the net comes dislodged once again. Clock stops 13:42.
Zach Zelmansky laid some massive hits there, and the first came on Finn DiStefano, who went really way up high on Liam Lickeshaw. Kept him along the boards for a while, hands in the face. Zelmansky eyed him up and laid him down, showing a very physical Tennessee team with a whole lot of big bodies, what physicality looks like here in Florida.
Well, when we interviewed Zach Zelmansky last year, he said he models his game a lot after Cronwall, and you can see exactly why. Gators win the draw. Tennessee in there aggressively trying to fight for the puck back, but the Gators able to come out with it now on the rush. Calabrese, the D-man, takes his chance. Moves in, puck in deep. Lampinen on the edge. To Calabrese, left point. Shot on, guarded away to Pine. Backhand shot, ooh, just goes over the net. And we reset one more time at the left point. This time the shot from Calabrese is gloved down in front.
Massive, massive hit laid there by Oakley on Tennessee, but once again going up high, and those are the critical mistakes that have plagued Tennessee all day. The second that they go one step forward, they're going 2 steps back, giving Florida another power play, their 6th of the day.
Yeah, hit right to the back of the head. That'll put Kyle Oakley, the 4th liner, in the box. 2 more minutes on the power play for the Gators. Off the draw, Pine gets it back to his D-man, Calabrese. Work down low. Cooper in a battle with 2 Gators. Florida trying to find an outlet pass to the point. They do so. Here comes Calabrese towing the blue line. Lampinen loses the puck. Tennessee capitalizes, dumps it deep. 20 seconds off on the kill. Zelmansky loses an edge. Drifts it back for Lampinen. Gators taking their time here. Cormac Terry on the ice. He scored on the man advantage earlier this game. Gators up by 1. Eyeing insurance. Mikey Calabrese had been out there since the power play started and longer. We'll see if he looks for a change or sticks it out there with the top line unit. Minute gone on the power play. Oakley in the box for a hit to the back of the head. Keegan Lampinen crossing into the lane. Works it around the boards. Ronnie Kemley is there. Nice move to get rid of a defender. Tennessee trying to clear a battle along the boards. Here come the Gators. Swerves tries to get a pass to his line mate. Pine unable to receive it. 40 seconds to go on the man up.
Seems like it was a big emphasis in the locker room at the intermission for Tennessee to kill off these penalties if they're going to give them up. Doing a much better job here in period 3.
Liam Wickeshaw fighting against the full ice press from the Volunteers here on the penalty kill. 22 seconds to go on the man up. Gators have it behind the net. Wickeshaw comes out on top, finds Jack Fortescue. Back to Wickeshaw along the boards. Power play coming to a close, 5 seconds to go, and that dump will get Oakley out of the box. He'll head straight to the bench, and the Volunteers will get a line change. Approaching the halfway mark of the final frame. Turnover, 2-on-0 opportunity right in front of Shield. They score. Tie game. Beauty of a pass in front by Mitchell Spranklin. And Connor Frazier buries it 5-hole.
Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful pass from Mitchell Spranklin to find Frazier. 2 of the top offensive talents for Tennessee combining to equalize it at 4. That Shield was set up, looked like he was ready to face that wicked opportunity of 2-on-0, but just snuck it between his legs, did Frazier, to get his 6th goal of the year.
And that's another turnover directly in front of the netminder. Cannot have that if you're Florida and you're trying to come out with the win today. All tied up at 4, Gators. First lead of the game is taken away from them. All even up. 10:36 to go in the 3rd period. Volunteers trying to keep the momentum rolling their way. Bright orange jerseys contrasting well against the white ice here in the Igloo. Calabrese diving towards the net. A pass in front is steered away by Green. A blend of lines here on for the Gators. Tennessee flips it out, gets a full line change. All 5 members off, 5 new on. Over halfway through. Puck poked away from Denny. Florida needing the clear here. Spranklin. Pass to his man. Pass in front. Goes wide. Spranklin once again to the puck. Gets at the left point. Right, check that. Behind the net. Gators pressuring. Both points are clear open. Getz has it right point. Shot recovered by Florida. Calabrese lost it. It's a scramble in front. Mad dash. Shot, fire, save.
That was chaos out in front of the net, and an impressive job from the freshman in Shield to get the save there amidst all that traffic. Relentless from Tennessee, though. Attack after attack after attack, and Florida has to do a better job of covering up the points, right? You got Getz on the right, wide open, able to get a couple shots off there. Shield doing the dirty work for Florida.
He's kept them competitive throughout this game. Both goaltenders doing a good job here tonight. Tennessee working out of their own zone. Another big hit along the boards. Pine, the recipient. Updike, the attacker. 8:47 to go in period number 3. Terry takes a bump, shifts the puck around. Nice little dish from Swerves. Here come the Gators. Pine, oh, on the one-timer. Just goes off the stick of Green. Good chance for the Gators there to take the lead. Fortescue working, spinning, off the backhand, now to the forehand. Here he comes. Past the blue line, driving it in deep. And another whistle sounds. This one once again against Tennessee.
Yeah, it'll be Jack Ani there. The 7th penalty of the day now, really killing Tennessee just as quick as they get momentum, right? They're all along Florida's side, shot after shot after shot, and mitigating Florida when they're in Tennessee's zone. Then a penalty comes along and puts a stop to all that momentum. Too much physicality from Tennessee, becoming a problem.
Ani to the box. Power play unit on for the Gators. Fortescue. Down low for Lickeschois. Now it's Mikey Katz. Back to Lickeschois, left point. Fortescue towing the blue line. Gators, nice movement. Lickeschois in front, scores! Great pass there from the centerman. Looks like Mikey Katz the one to bury it in the end. Gators take a 5-4 lead with 7:56 to go.
Really great job of Florida getting in the face of Tennessee quick on the power play and staying strong, right? A ton of redirects, but one after another. A Gator right there. Mikey Katz the one to get the job done and give Florida a lead once more.
5-4 in Jacksonville. Gators will keep the top line on. Game still within reach for either squad. Florida now a chance to close it out. Calabrese tries to shoot one down deep through center ice, but cannot do so as this one careens out of play into the Gators bench.
Yeah, I think everyone ducked a little bit over on Florida's bench, and the 2 assistant coaches taking the spot of Frank Pasquale today, wishing they had a helmet. Frank Servasio and Michael Paramuka trying to duck and get out of the way quickly.
Doing a good job manning the troops here tonight for Coach Pasquale. Shield behind the net. The net is wide open. Got to get back, he does. And the Gators get out of a sticky situation. Mikey McCoy, they'll call him for the offsides. Katz ahead of him.
Florida really lucked out there, Rob.
Yeah.
Zach Shield was firmly behind the net when the puck ended up leaking out into the goalie crease, but no Tennessee Volunteers in the area to bury it for the 5-5 tie. Zach Shield ended up getting back in the net, but scary, scary opportunity there.
Left dot outside the zone for the Gators. Tennessee wins it. Scraping along the boards. Puck finds Cooper, who wraps it back around, an opportunity. Gets battled with the Gators. Cooper keeps the zone. Puck finds Getz one more time. McCoy in a one-on-one stick battle with Getz along the near boards. Mikey McCoy dancing his way past Cooper, slips underneath, falls to the ice, and Tennessee is there to pick it up. Another trip called against the Volunteers. And the traveling crowd, they're growing restless here, Charlie.
Not only the crowd, the players. I mean, Bryce Cooper is red hot. Didn't think that that was enough to be called a tripping. And you know, these penalties have just been killing Tennessee. 3 goals off the power play for Florida. I can't imagine the Tennessee bench is too happy, not only with just the calls, but also their penalty kill, which is about to come out on the ice again.
Well, if there's one time for this PK to come through, it's right now. Power play 2 on for the Gators. Lampin and Pine swerves the forwards. Calabrese to Cormac Terry. Drop pass as they rotate. Terry down low, back to Lampinen at the left point. Calabrese, center of the blue line. One more time, Lampinen rips it back. It's blocked away by Tennessee. They go the other way. Gators quickly to the puck, and they strip it from Tennessee immediately. Fast on the rush goes Calabrese, looking for a trailer. He gets it in Pine. Pine across the blue line. Quick stop. Surveying for options, he goes to his right wing. Spinning around with Calabrese, gets it back, fires, it goes through! Sully slurs on the redirect. 6-4 Gators lead.
It's like the same as the last power play goal, Rob. Gators out in front of the net, causing havoc and ending up getting a redirect into the back of the net for a goal. Power plays have just been crucial here today on both sides, right? Tennessee's had a couple, but Florida has shut them down. And for the Gators, 4 for 8 now on the power play. The biggest advantage on the ice. An incredible, incredible goal to bring the gap to 2 once more.
Now Tennessee, see if they can turn this one around at 5-on-5. Right now the Gators will move ahead first. It's Nicholas Ho. Pass in between the circles. Nobody there to collect it. Tennessee a race against the clock. 5:50 to go here in period number 3. 2 goals to make up against Zach Shield, who's been fantastic tonight. Tennessee losing their eyes on the puck. They'll recollect it center. Zach Selmansky collects for Florida.
With only 5 minutes left, Tennessee's gonna really need to get something going quick.
Gators running the weave with each other as they enter the zone. Nicholas Ho is intercepted by Tennessee. And here comes Dylan Updike, the goal scorer, as Zach Selmansky levels him into the Gators bench. They're still caught up. Back into the play they go. This one gets off the stick of Cooper. And Tennessee will have to step out.
Florida desperately needed that. A whole lot of tired bodies on the ice got the change off.
Gets. Circling. Pass in front. Good chance for Pavic. Cannot get it through. Shield closes the gates. Linkeshwa into the zone. Clear lane. Fires it high. Tennessee around a man. Goes Pavic. But nowhere to go once he beat him. McCoy the other way. Just dinks it off the net. And he's slammed into the boards. Tennessee picks up the puck. And here they come. Desperation mode for the Volunteers. Zach Shield rips it away towards the boards. His teammates are there. Ani tried to hold the zone, could not get there in time. Gators moving quickly. Pace and efficiency. Green drops the puck. Keeps the play moving for Tennessee. Shot through the slot, gets past the outstretched stick of Fortescue. But the redirect takes a lot of the power off of it. Pass through is shot down by the Gators. Fortescue loses the puck in front one more time, another turnover. Good job getting back to it by Mikey Calabrese. Running the point is Ani. Fires a shot. Drifting to the left is Shield. And he gloves it down.
If you're on the Florida bench, you're happy to have a 2-goal lead, but what you're not happy about are the turnovers that have been costly. Tennessee with a whole lot of offensive chances coming off of the turnover. Another one there from Fortescue, giving a free chance to Tennessee. Luckily, Zach Shield has turned most of them away and held strong for Florida.
Tennessee wins the draw. Cooks a shot towards the net. And the Gators able to force it out. Gets, collects it. He's quickly swarmed. Gators are moving 2 to 3 guys to the puck every single time. Heavy pressure. Trying to close this one out in the Igloo. Florida, a clean sweep over Ole Miss in their last time playing a traditional SEC opponent.
And just as interestingly, it's only the second home game
Yes.
for Florida. They won their first against Embry-Riddle, but now trying to move to 2-0 at home with a prime opportunity to do so. 2:43 left to move to 7-5-1 on the season.
Strong crowd here. 90 minutes from Gainesville, up north in Jacks. 6-4 lead for Florida, 2:37 to go in the third period. Tie up along the far boards in the corner. Draining the clock here are the Gators. Tennessee able to squeak it free. To the point. Gets. Clock stops 2:18, waiting on the call.
Yeah, it looks like he'll send Matt Pavic to the box for his second time today, along with Zach Zelmansky for the Gators. So we play in 4-on-4 now, 5-on-4 as Patrick Green skates off the ice for Tennessee. And, you know, a whole lot of penalties present in this chippy battle between two Southern teams.
A lot of open ice here for Tennessee. Trying to make up 2 goals. Net empty for Tennessee, 2:18 to go.
Looks like a little confusion between the two teams gets sorted out quickly.
Yeah, Tennessee allowed to have their 5th attacker on with Green to the bench.
Everyone from the Gators on the ice is screaming, why they got 5 out here? Well, no more goalie for the orange and white.
Frazier wins the faceoff cleanly. Cooper along the right point. Rips a shot, goes off the pad of Shield. Maybe caught a body in front, but it comes right back to Cooper. Gets it on the pass. Lane blocked by McCoy. Under 2 to go. McCoy breaks free. He's got a lane, but Tennessee able to fight the puck off his stick and push back the other way. Time winding down. Maisie fights for the puck. Lickeshwa allows it to clear. 90 seconds to go. Cooper over the line, waiting with Isles. In the corner, Gators trying to tie it up and kill some clock. Minute 18 and counting. Finds Cooper at the point. Now Frazier back to Cooper. Shot off the pad of Shield, gets it at the blocker. Battle in front. Loose puck. Gators get it. And back out to center. Under a minute to go. .50 and counting. And Tennessee turns over the puck. A shot from the other way. Ooh, off the post. Doesn't get any closer than that, Charlie.
Man, that was madness. The entire crowd here at the Igloo, uproar after that goes off the post. Keegan Lampinen threw his hands way up in the air. He was like, how can that even happen? That's as close as it gets. You mentioned it. He's too precise, you know?
Ha. Clock stops at 36.2 precisely. In 18 seconds, so half the time on the clock, we'll go back to 5-on-5. 6-on-5 with Green off the ice for Tennessee. Little, if any, room for error, though, for Tennessee. Have to score pretty much off the draw to have a chance.
A little bit of time put back on the clock as well. Back to 20 seconds for both the men in the penalty box and 38 on period 3.
To the face-off dot we go. Tennessee, another clean win. Been doing solid there tonight. This one off the body of Shield. Gators fight for it. A scrum. It bounces awkwardly out of play. Another blown whistle. Halts us one more time under 30.
Looks like another shot knocked off the mask of Zach Shield. That happened in period 1. Happened again here. Forceful shots from Tennessee, none of them finding the net here, though.
Well, Frazier has been stellar from the draw. And it looks like Tennessee will call a timeout here in Jax. Charlie, what do you liked from the Gators in this final period of action? And if they can close this one out, how important would it be for this team moving forward?
Well, what's been really impressive from Florida is how they've handled Tennessee when they're on the attack, right? The Volunteers have had a lot of chances today, but a lot of Gators laying their body on the line, blocking shots in any way they can. Zach Shield diving all over the place to stop Tennessee. A really impressive defensive effort despite the amount of time that the orange and white have had in Florida's zone.
Clock should reset to about 28 seconds.
If you're Tennessee on the timeout, you got to be focused on a redirect. I think that's what the head coach will be telling them. Look, get everyone to crowd the net and block Zach Shield's vision, because he's been very aware of what's happening and has been incredibly strong between the pipes today.
Another win for the Volunteers, but it squirts out of the zone. A chase from Mikey Katz to try and get it into the empty net. Cannot do so. Got to move quickly under 20. Here come Pavic and Zelmansky right back into the action. No time to change. Isles. Pass, shot. Off the pad of Shield, he makes a save. 6 seconds to go. 5, it's gloved down by the Volunteers. Cooper holds the zone, but time expires in the Igloo. Some bonus action here as both teams getting into it. Pine fighting with Cooper. Zelmansky fighting with everyone. Push and shove from both sides.
This all stemmed from after the final buzzer sounding. Frazier tripped Zelmansky, then tripped the referee. Zelmansky wasn't happy about it. A quick couple of fists laid into Zelmansky, drew this entire scrum, and they're still at it.
Yeah, that's Cooper once again. Has to be separated and pulled away from the Gators here as he continues chirping down the officials. Got another shot in at, looked like Fortescue and maybe Lampinen there as well. Both teams try and get off the ice and stay out of each other's faces. Cooper off the ice first for the Volunteers, and they'll send a couple off. Keep them away from the handshake line.
It looks like a couple of Volunteers opting to not head into the handshake line, and that's a whole lot of tension that'll set up for another fun matchup on Sunday from the Igloo.
I mean, how many times you've seen that before, Charlie? Customary handshake line. Tennessee opts to stay away from it. And they'll head to the locker room as the Gators huddle up at center ice.
That should make for a fun game here. 11 a.m. in Jacksonville. These two teams will take the ice again, and I can't even imagine how physical that one's going to be. This is just a sneak preview of what will happen Sunday.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Some of the Gators leaving the ice. Rest will hang out here, get everything situated and sorted out. When we come back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, we'll get you a quick post game and then get you out of here. Gators a 6-4 win over the Volunteers. Don't go anywhere. We'll break down all the action right after this. Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, post-game, a 6-4 win for the Florida Gators. Zach Selmansky joining us up here in the broadcast booth. Zach, what happened at the end of that game?
You know, it's always going to happen in a close game like that. We have a lot of history with this team. You know, play them every year, play them in Savannah, you know, which is always huge. So usually whoever comes out winning or losing, there's going to be some fists going on. So
yeah. I know you're accustomed to that. That's no issue for you.
Yeah, you know, I'm used to it.
Okay.
With you guys coming away with the win and a whole lot of tension now heading into Sunday, what was the message to the team after the victory?
Yeah, you know, obviously a great win. That's a great team over there. You know, celebrate hard tomorrow, big football game, but right back to work Sunday. You know, it's gonna be a tough one. So gotta stay disciplined. You know, we did decent job tonight. You know, they took most of the penalties, so we want to keep that going Sunday. You know, goad them into it. Don't cross that line. You know.
Yeah. Bright and early. What time are you getting up for that one?
Oh man, that's what is that? 11.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. puck drop.
Oh boy. Gonna get a nice 8:45 and right in the car.
All right, I love it. All right, Zach, much appreciated, buddy.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on the win.
Good
we'll see you
talking to
Sunday.
Appreciate it.
And best of luck. All right,
Thank you.
so right here from the Orange and Blue Sports Network, that's all we got for you today. A 6-4 win for the Florida Gators over the Tennessee Ice Falls. We'll be back here once again on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, right here from Community First Igloo on Sunday. That one set to drop at 11 a.m. Much appreciated. Thank you all for listening. Nico Gumpel on the sticks. Lydia Broward behind the camera. For Charlie Jones, Zach Selmansky, I'm Rob Russo saying good night from Community First.